Hey guys, what's up? It's Nassim, aka DVD Collector. Today, I'll be showing you guys my drama DVD collection. We don't have as much as comedy or horror or animated, but it's still quite a bit. So I'm just gonna get started. First one is Wonder Woman, the DC movie that came out 2017. Wonder Woman is not my favorite superhero from the DC or in general, so her movie I ain't care for that much. But I thought it was alright for what it was. I heard the sequel was terrible though, so I did not see the sequel. Next up, we have The Wolf of Wall Street, which this is a great movie. Martin Scorsese wrote it. No, he directed it. The writer was a writer that had done The Sopranos for many, many years. But this movie follows the life of Jordan Belfort as he rose to the top and he was corrupt. He was corrupt. A lot of the stockbrokers in this movie are very corrupt. You have Leonardo DiCaprio playing Jordan Belfort, Jonah Hill playing his friend, Matthew McConaughey, um, Kyle Chandler, Rob Reiner, Jon Favreau, just a lot of Oscar-worthy names in a movie that, at first, when I first heard about the movie, I didn't think it was going to be that good, and I watched it. I watched it in days because the movie's like 3 hours long, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. None of it was boring to me. It was very funny too. We have White Boy Rick, which this is a true story about a kid in Detroit in the 80s who became an undercover police informant and later a drug dealer. Fun fact, Eminem in a show that Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent produced called Black Mafia Family portrayed White Boy Rick as a teenager in the 80s in Detroit. So this movie, it's a very good movie. Some parts of it were very boring, but the overall kind of narrative of this trailer trash kid becoming a police informant and later a drug dealer I thought was remarkable. I thought the kid, played by Richie Merritt, I thought he was good as Rick, and I thought the dad, played by Matthew McConaughey, gave an excellent performance. And I'm not usually a fan of Matthew McConaughey, but he was good in that. Next up, we have a Vin Diesel movie called Triple X. This is not a great film. This came out 2002. So I want to say right after or right before, maybe around the same time as the first Fast and Furious. So of course it was riding kind of Vin Diesel, that little train that he had. I thought the movie was not good at all. I know Ice Cube stars in the sequel. I don't know if he stars in this one. It doesn't say. But this was not a fun movie at all. It was actually extremely boring in many parts. Tigerland, I have never seen this movie, and it has Colin Farrell in it. I haven't seen it. Next up, we have a Tupac double feature. We have Tupac Resurrection, which is a kind of documentary style where he took photos and videos of Tupac himself doing different points of his life before he was killed. That was a real good film. I liked it because it explains a lot about him. It has him explaining himself. Then the movie that he starred in called Juice. This was a phenomenal movie. I thought he stole the show definitely as Bishop, but the other performances like Omar Epps, I thought he was fun as a friend. Um, the music was also great. You had Naughty by Nature, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, all the 80s and early 90s rap that really solidified the genre was in the movie. So those two movies are good. I prefer the Tupac Resurrection over Juice. Next up, we have Taxi Driver. This is an interesting movie because I've only seen it once, and I'm probably due for a rewatch. But the mental instability of this guy who is schizophrenic is very fun. And then towards the end, he shoots up a place. I forgot what place it was, but you have Robert Downey Jr. given an Oscar-worthy performance as Travis Bickle. Then you have who do you have? You have Jodie Foster as a street worker at the age of like 12 or something. It's a very hot. It's a disturbing movie. I thought Harvey Keitel did an amazing job playing the pimp of Jodie Foster. He was disturbing. It was a very fun film, directed by Martin Scorsese and made in the mid 70s. It was a fantastic movie. Sleepers, I started watching it and I couldn't really get into it. I like De Niro, I like Brad Pitt. I don't know, it's something, I think about the plot of the movie. Yeah, I think the plot of the movie kind of geared me towards, never got me engaged. Suicide Squad. This is not a good movie. I heard. Hold on, give me a second, guys. But Suicide Squad. I heard the second one was good. The first one is not. Um, yeah, the sequel to Suicide Squad is much better. I've seen this one. I've seen the extended cut once, and I did not like it at all. I thought it was extremely rushed. I thought the script was incredibly boring at certain moments. I don't like Jared Leto as a Joker. He wasn't scary or sadistic or menacing as he could have been. So I thought this was a real big letdown for DC. Straight out of Compton, the movie that chronicles NWA's start, end, and everything that kind of came after it. You get the movie is primarily focused on Eazy-E, and it's apparent because, and that's not a bad thing, but I feel like the movie's not entirely accurate too because they kind of gloss over Dr. Dre's beating of D Bonds back in the day. They gloss over a lot of just glaring ideas, like Suge Knight is portrayed as sort of a not as menacing as he actually was during this time period. And Snoop Dogg was a key player in a lot of like the Chronic album, and they kind of just make him off as like Dre's younger brother, kind of in certain scenes. So the movie, for what it was, if the movie was an Eazy-E documentary, they nailed it. But as an NWA biopic, because you only focus on Dre, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube, MC Ren and DJ Yella, who were two members of NWA as well, don't really get talked about. They're in the movie, they're in the songs, they're in the group, but the movie just has them as the others' sidekicks in a way. They're not fleshed out. You don't know much about them. So yeah, for what it is, it's a great film. I thought Ice Cube's son did a phenomenal job playing his dad. The actor for Easy, I thought really brought the Napoleon personality that Easy had. DJ Jerry Heller is still a despicable person in the end of the day, but this movie is very fun. I enjoyed it. I watched the extended cut too. That was fun. Next up, we have Seven, Insomnia, and The Devil's Advocate. I've seen Seven. I enjoyed it. The What's in the Box is fun. Devil's Advocate and Insomnia I still have not seen. So, but Seven is great. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. Shadows and Fog with Woody Allen. Never seen it. I won't see it till Woody Allen is dead. So, don't know. Reservoir Dogs. Quentin Tarantino's first film, in my opinion, my favorite film of his. I think the idea of setting characters in one location was very good. I thought the dialogue was very snappy, while albeit it is extremely vulgar. The quick banter back and forth, the vulgarity, the barbaric death in the film, because Tarantino is known for his extreme violence. That's how he's been known. I mean, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Reservoir Dogs, Inglourious Bastards, and a couple of others extremely violent. This being his first film, it's not his like it's not the worst display of violence, but it's one of those, and it's the first. And I thought Harvey Keitel, Steve Buscemi, Tim Roth, all these people he would go on to later work with, and they really brought something to their characters, and I enjoyed this movie. Requiem for a Dream is a sad movie about drug addiction, and Jared Leto is the main character, but it really, to my knowledge, and I've seen the film, it doesn't really have a main character. It focuses on different people going through drug addiction, but the main focal point is Jared Leto, and is everyone that he knows and him himself are drug addicts. Uh, Marlon Wayans gives us a phenomenal performance. I mean, he was in Scary Movie the same year, and the the characters are vastly different. Like Marlon has an extreme wide acting. Like his prowess is amazing. I mean, so this is a fantastic film. Ellen Burstyn plays the mom. I thought she was good. Jennifer Connelly was alright. Then you have what's his name? The creepy dude. God, what's his name? Keith David. Keith David portrays a villain in this film, and he is disturbing. Um, Pink Flamingos, which is a banned film by John Waters. It's his second film. It's extremely disturbing. Like, I don't want to talk about it. It's extremely disturbing. I don't like talking about it. Saw it once. Don't need to see it again. Pirates of the Caribbean, the on Stranger Tides. The first Pirates of the Caribbean movie I enjoyed. Any other ones, I thought they kind of, they didn't make much sense for what they were trying to do. I understood it. Also, Disney wants money, so I understand that aspect, but it wasn't good in my opinion. Pulp Fiction, great movie. Seen it once, was confused. Maybe because I've only seen it once, but the timeline aspect is why I get confused. I love all the actors in him, and John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson is always great. Uma Thurman, Harvey Keitel, Tim Roth, Amanda Plummer, Vig Ramis, Bruce Willis, Rosanna Arquette, just all these names catapulted. I mean, they're fun. It's a fun movie. It's extremely long and extremely convoluted in some aspects, but it's fun. Patriots Day, the movie about the Boston Marathon. This is a very deeply heart-wrenching film. Mark Wahlberg betrays a police sergeant as he joins brave survivors of the attack. I thought the movie was great. I thought, it kind of gave hope, I guess, at the time. But it was good. I mean, it was brutal. Like, it was real brutal. It was realistic. Like, they showed actual footage from the attack. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. This is the only Quentin Tarantino movie that I cannot finish. Not because it's that long. It's just it's a lot of dialogue, like a lot of people just talking and talking. Although the movie does have Sharon Tate in it, and that was a controversy when it first came out. Margot Robbie betrays Sharon Tate, and I don't know if Manson is in the film, but I know his girls are. So the Manson cult is definitely in the film. When I heard the argument that Sharon Tate was betrayed, and I knew the year. I go, well, it's kind of obvious because the film takes place in 1969. Manson killed them, and so it makes sense. And Sharon Tate was Hollywood icon status at that point. Notorious B.I.G. the movie about Biggie Smalls. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm not that big of a Biggie fan as I am to like Tupac, but Biggie was alright. I mean, he had a couple of songs, but knowing that he was with Diddy and knowing everything that Diddy had done, some of his songs really have a different meaning when I listen back to them. The November Man, Pierce Brosnan. I've never seen this one. It's a spy movie. Never seen it. Medea Gets a Job. Medea's alright. I mean, I like Medea's Family Reunion a lot better than I do this one. The Many Saints of New York. This is The Sopranos prequel based on Tony Soprano's teenage years and kind of how he got into the mafia. I have a lot of issues with the movie. The main issue is it spoils literally. When I first saw this movie, I saw it when it came on HBO. I had seen maybe the fourth season of The Sopranos. I turn on the movie and it literally has Christopher saying that he dies by Tony. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry, but that's how the movie opens. The movie opens like that. Also, you have who you have? You have Dicky Moltisanti, who gets involved with uh, Black um, Black Panthers in a sort of way. It the movie is fun. It can get a little too gimmicky with a lot of the mob stuff they try to portray. Like the movie doesn't do itself any good when you have Joey Diaz betraying. I believe he betrays Bump and Sarah. I believe he does. So yeah, the movie it does good for what it does. I thought Vera Farmiga betrayed a great Livia, but the movie's alright. I mean, Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini's son, betrays young Tony in the film. I thought he does a great job as his dad. The Mummy Returns, not that great. Well, to begin with, I never liked The Mummy. The sequel was kind of a letdown. It really was. I didn't think The Rock could act when I saw this movie, and I was right. He really could not. Jackie Brown. I have a lot of conflicting opinions about this film. The cast is great. You have Pam Grier, who was known for a lot of black exploitation films in the 70s. Samuel L. Jackson, Robert Forster, Bridget Fonda. You just have a lot of these great people, but the movie is extremely boring. Like, this is boring. But I do enjoy it. It was nominated how many times? No, Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. So the movie knew what it was doing. It's just not my cup of tea. I, Tonya, which is based on Tonya Harding, as she was white trash. It was alright. It was fun. I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, yeah, Margot Robbie betrays Tonya. The Incredible Hulk. This is a movie that I find rather interesting because I have Disney Plus, and Disney does not want to acknowledge this movie. I guess because it's owned by Universal, but my guess was that this did not perform well at all. So the movie right after Iron Man, so Iron Man skyrocketed at the box office. This one tanked, and Iron Man was the first Marvel movie. This was the second. So if this had tanked, and if the other movie had tanked, Marvel wouldn't be a thing. So I guess that's why Disney does not count this as part of their catalog, or maybe it's just a Universal. But I guess Disney could bypass that. So yeah, that's why Edward Norton does not portray Bruce Banner. Mark Ruffalo does. The Hateful Eight, a movie that is 3 hours long. If you watch it on Netflix, it's great. It's a good movie, but it's long. It's just a lot of dialogue. Tarantino likes that. He likes to talk. Hacksaw Ridge, a great movie based on Okinawa, World War II. Mel Gibson directed it. This is like Mel Gibson's return to Hollywood after he was kind of banned for being a drunk and saying some stuff about his girlfriend and then a certain group of people. But besides that, his directing of this film was great. And Andrew Garfield was phenomenal. Hugo, Vince Vaughn was good. That's the only movie I like Vince Vaughn in. So yeah, Hellboy, Ron Perlman. This is when directors they found out. To me, it felt like they just found out about comic book movies, yet they didn't know how to portray it in PG-13. That's why this movie really did bomb. Not bomb in the sense of domestically or worldwide. It bombed in the sense of they had this film, then they really wanted to amp it up and made a second one. And that's why we never got a Hellboy 3 until very recently. Because these are not good. These are cheap CGI, Ron Perlman kind of films. And I like Ron Perlman in Sons of Anarchy, but this one he did not really do it that great. The Hunger Games movie based on books the same as Twilight. Okay, I'm gonna be super honest. I like the first one. Any others of them? How many is it? There's four. So I like one out of the four. So that's like, the other three I could live without. I thought they got too repetitive, especially when they split Mockingjay 1 and 2 up. They could have just made it one movie and just trimmed it down. But I understand it. Teenage girls and boys really loved it. I was not one of them. Jennifer Lawrence, I never found her attractive, so the movie was pointless to me after that. We have one great, my favorite mafia movie, and the second one being a very interesting one. Goodfellas is my favorite mafia movie. Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci. I have a poster of it on my wall over there. The Departed is alright. I've seen it once. I like the idea of the Irish mob, but I've only seen it once. I need to rewatch it because I love Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg and Leonardo DiCaprio. Speaking of Matt Damon, Good Will Hunting. This is my favorite film that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon have ever done in the whole careers because this is first of all one that they wrote together. Secondly, the entire concept of the film, and then having Robin Williams portray the professor of Damon. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought the dialogue was super creative. And I liked the idea that they got Kevin Smith to back him up. That was very fun. I have another copy of Goodfellas. This is a great film, like I said. Gone with the Wind. This movie is a very racist film. Extremely racist. But it was good. I mean, you know, extremely different. Different time period, of course. But, when the height of the George Floyd riots happened, this was, I dropped it. This was taken off of HBO Max, and a lot of people were going out to buy it. I bought it years later, like 2 or 3 years later. I thought Clark Gable was really fun in it. I don't remember her name. Who was she? Vivian Lee. I never liked it. I don't like her performance. I like Clark Gable, and I like what's what's her name? God, Hattie McDaniel as the mammy. That's her name. But no, I thought the film was good. It was revolutionary for the time. Gladstone, never seen it. Ellie Fanning and Ben Foster, never saw it. So I don't know. Shawshank Redemption and the Green Mile. Green Mile is long, but I've seen Shawshank Redemption and I like that movie. I thought it was very good. Again, Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman, they could do no wrong at one point. Um, Get Rich or Die Trying. This is the true, well, part part of the true story of 50 Cent. Not not really. It's about his rap, not really his drug dealing. Because you see the drug dealing aspect, but it kind of it shifts towards him getting out of the drug game and him going to the rap game, minus the Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre's help, but just him in general. I didn't like it because it wasn't really written. It was written by who else? Terrence Winter, once again, Sopranos writer. So I don't think it was meant to be 50 Cent. I don't think it was. What I think happened was 50 Cent signed up for it. Terrence Winter wrote a script and kind of just he replaced certain things to match 50 Cent's life. That's what I think. Gone Girl. Uh, this is partly based on the Scott Peterson story when he killed his wife, but this is a long movie. Ben Affleck, Neil Patrick Harris, Rosamund Pike. I enjoyed it. David Fincher is a great writer. He's a great writer. That's all I gotta say. I'm just gonna try to hurry up with this because it's long. The Fighter, an Irish Mickey Ward. It was alright. I mean, Christian Bale, Mark Wahlberg, Amy Adams. Fight Club. Never seen Fight Club. Never seen it. I want to take his face off. Nicolas Cage and John Travolta is probably the best Nicolas Cage has ever been acting wise. Too Fast and Too Furious. How about Too Fast and Please No? Never Again. Probably the worst one. And then they made countless of other ones. The Age of 17 is a coming of age movie that I think portrays 17 and 18-year olds pretty accurately. The loss, the misguidedness. So it's a very fun film. I watch it from time to time. It is very fun. End of Watch is a very hard police movie to watch given the events of that are more prevalent nowadays, but this is a very fun movie. Michael Pena, Jake Gyllenhaal portray cops that try to infiltrate a drug cartel, but it goes through first camera, so you follow Jake Gyllenhaal, like you see everything on their police cameras. So I think that's very fun. It gets a little, tense sometimes what they do. Dallas Buyers Club, phenomenal movie. Matthew McConaughey once again, he won the Academy Award. Don John, not a great film. I thought Scarlett Johansson and Joseph Gordon-Levitt were not that great in it. Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I haven't seen any of these at all. I gotta watch Batman. I gotta just maybe spring break. I watch the entire Batman saga. Django Unchained. This is my second favorite Tarantino movie. It's highly racist, but it's very fun. Like the scene when Django is up in the slave house and he starts shooting people and he shoots Samuel L. Jackson's character, I was laughing. That was phenomenal. Creed and Creed 2, never been a fan of Rocky, so never had the desire to watch that. Christopher Robin, a movie that Disney made that was live action that never needed to get made, but somehow Disney wanted money. Cinderella Man. It was alright. Russell Crowe, yes. Black Klansman. This is my favorite Spike Lee film. Tells a real life true story of Ron Starwood, a black man in Colorado who infiltrates the Ku Klux Klan. In the 70s, he talks to them on the phone while he sends his white Jewish friend in the same in the same agent department to go as him. You have Topher Grace of That 70s Show fame betraying David Duke. The film is very racist. They don't cuss so much. They use racial slurs mostly, and some of it's comedic towards the end of the scene where Ron calls David Duke back up. David Duke finds out he's really a black man, and Ron just calls him a bunch of white slurs that were hilarious. Boys in the Hood. This is my favorite black um film. This is my favorite. I love Ice Cube's character. I love everybody's character. The ending is super sad because the ending had hope, and then that hope shriveled down. Boyhood. This is a phenomenal movie. It is long, but what I like about it is Richard Linklater knew the kid for several years, followed him through every point of his life up to college years, and that was great. I love that. I love that idea. Bully, which is based on a real life true story of Bobby Kent and Marty Puccio, I believe. This is a very fun movie. The true story happened in Miami, I think Orlando, no, near the swamp area. It was fun. The movie is fun. The trial, the actual case is very dark, and the movie touches on that. The Breakfast Club, all-time favorite 1980s film, my favorite film of all time. The characters are just so fun. I mean, you have the basket case, you have the jock, you have the princess, you have Bender, who's this physically abused guy. Just and the film tackles on mental health issues, and I think kids should watch that. I think they should show that in school, but they can't. Antoine Fisher, never seen it. American Beauty, it's a great film. It's very fun. I like it. I just don't like the fact that Kevin Spacey portrays himself, just minus a teenage girl. American Hangman, cheap little dollar store movie, not that great. Kind of sucked. The Town and Argo, never seen both. I gotta see The Town at least. We have a couple more, guys. Don't worry. American History X, great film. In the same vein as Black Klansman, but this one focuses on redemption and reform. It's a very brutal movie. It's a very dark movie. They get into a topic about Rodney King, as very uncomfortable, and it is very dark to what some people think, and it focuses on Nazis. So the movie's very dark. Watch with caution for that one, of course. All Eyes on Me, the story of Tupac. I thought the actor portrayed him really well. Um, I thought the movie told his life pretty accurately. I enjoyed it. I had a fun time while watching it. Loved the music in it too. Anthem of a Teenage Prophet. I hated this film. I thought Peyton List was good. Cameron Monaghan does a phenomenal job, but the plot was such like a teenage, oh my god, this and that type of plot, so it wasn't really my interest. So that's it, guys. That's my drama movie collection. I will be back sometime either this week or next week to do a movie review. So in the meantime, have fun. Peace.